Hello, I am so excited. We've got Lou Moody with us here today.
Hi.
And she's actually going to share a couple of recipes with us now that winter is approaching. Yes, don't kick me, anybody. Winter is approaching. No, not recipes for soup. She is going to talk to us about recipes today with essential oils. And when we were discussing this, I had suggested arthritis because of the time of year, and
Yes.
then Lou herself suggested a eucalyptus rub because it'll act much like, not using any brand names, but a eucalyptus rub.
Yeah.
Not that, yeah, well, I think
And
we
it,
all knew what I meant.
like using these, there's a lot less additives in it.
Right, exactly, and you know what's in it by making it yourself. Now, you have brought some stuff with you here today. So do you want to just kind of go through the concept of, what's this white stuff when all I see here is
Yep.
oil?
Okay.
Okay.
These are all essential oils that I used in both of these recipes. The white stuff that you see here is actually coconut oil. That is my go-to base for pretty near all of my creams that I make for myself.
And it comes in solid form?
It comes
like
in
that?
solid form.
Okay.
If it gets above about 75 or 80 degrees, it does turn to a liquid. Don't panic if that happens. Stick it in your fridge. It'll solidify right up. And, when it's hard like this, you put it on your skin, it melts on contact.
Okay. So it works just like a cream?
It works like a
Okay.
cream.
So can I try it?
You sure can.
Okay, so you go ahead and play
Okay.
with that. So I do have arthritis, and I do have arthritis in one hand. Oh, it's really,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
No, but it's.
I had it in the fridge because I made this up last
Right.
night. So it tends to take a little bit to warm up.
So,
But if we went like this,
but even
and
just
held it,
that, like
yeah.
it rubbed right in.
It does. It
Sorry
rubs
about the
right
dry
in.
hands, folks. And yes, Kim, I have to see you again for another manicure. But it feels nice, and
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like it feels not greasy.
no,
greasy.
that's
like,
what I like about coconut oil because it doesn't feel greasy.
Okay. So how often can I put this on, for instance?
You could probably put it on every 3 or 4 hours.
Okay. So much like your usual.
Much like your usual,
ointments.
the ointments.
Okay.
With this, there's coconut oil, there's wintergreen, there's eucalyptus, frankincense, and lemongrass. Now, all of those have anti-inflammatory properties. So I've made up 2 different arthritis blends. They're actually exactly the same, but one is with coconut oil and one is with sweet almond oil. So it always stays a liquid.
Okay.
But I thought because people with arthritis sometimes don't have as much mobility in their hands,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
the
So
grip.
that makes sense.
So, but for this, you would just rub it on
Very nice, and then just.
and then
kinda
just
smooth
kind
it
of smooth it in.
in. Okay.
In the eucalyptus rub, we have eucalyptus, we have peppermint, and we have lemon. Now, when you're using any kind of a citric or citrus essential oil, put it in glass because the citrus tends to draw out
Oh,
all the
really?
chemicals in plastic.
I wouldn't have known that.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
glass for anything that's a citrus.
That makes sense,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's no different than when we're doing
Yeah,
this
yeah.
normally. So this, for instance, I have a grandson who is 8 months old,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say he, God forbid, he doesn't have it right now, but let's say he did start coming down with a bit of a
Mm-hmm.
cold. Is this safe for him?
What I would do with this is just decrease the amount of
amount.
oils.
Okay.
I don't know that they would hurt him, but I always err on the side of caution.
Right, which makes sense.
And like, I don't prescribe.
No.
I can tell you what works for me.
Yeah.
But again, it's like any kind of medication.
Yeah.
It might work for you.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like,
Doesn't
to
work for me.
clarify, Lou doesn't do this for a business.
do not do
but
this
she
for a
does
business.
share the knowledge
Yeah.
of what she has done research in,
Yeah.
and she is a
Yeah.
very faithful user
Oh, yes.
of essential oils. So she is very versed in what she does.
We're trying to get better.
Yeah, and it is nice for us to find something that's an alternative maybe, and like you said, less additives,
Yes.
less this
Yeah.
and less that. But I agree, I mean, that's something to err
Yeah.
on caution is always better, right?
Yes.
To be a little more
Yes.
cautious. So with all these bottles, okay, I know this is off topic
Yep,
a little
yep,
bit,
yep.
but for instance, let's say you were doing a eucalyptus rub, okay? How many rubs could you actually get out of your bottles, do you
Okay,
think?
all right.
Like this size
In
container?
this 15 milliliter bottle, there are approximately between 250 and 300 drops.
Okay,
So in this container, I used a quarter of a cup of coconut oil.
right.
I put in 12 drops of eucalyptus.
So you're gonna get an awful lot.
You're going to get an awful lot.
Okay, because that's
An
the one
awful
thing you
lot,
hear all
yes.
the time about oils. Well, they're so expensive
Yeah.
this, they're so
Yeah.
expensive that. If you're using them this way, they're really not
They're
then.
not.
So you're gonna have to hold this for a minute because I need to,
Okay.
I'm nosy.
That's fine.
Oh, smell, Tommy. It is just like Vicks, but without being so
Yeah,
sharp.
so sharp, yes.
Very
Yep.
nice.
And I like that one better because it doesn't smell as strong.
See if it helps my smoker's cough later.
Okay.
Yes, I still smoke, and yes, I still have a smoker's cough. But who
I
knows,
do
it might
not-
help, and
I
I
do
might
not-
be able to smoke a
yeah.
lot longer.
I do not claim that this will help smokers.
No, I know. I'm just kidding with you. Well, this
Yeah.
is awesome. So you're okay if we go ahead and share this?
Yes, yes.
So that
And
other people
actually,
can.
my little secret, I'm a Pinterest nut.
Are you?
Yes. So these actually came off Pinterest. And
Okay, good to know.
actually, that is kind of my go-to thing for a lot of my oil recipes.
Is on Pinterest.
Because they will explain on there as well what it does, where it comes from, how it's made. And yeah, like I find that Pinterest for this kind of thing is amazing.
But no matter what kind of oil you use, you want to make sure you're using a pure extract,
You
right?
want to make sure
Yeah.
that you're using a pure essential
Okay.
oil. If it says fragrance oil, it's going to have other things in it.
In it, like to make a room perfume,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So,
So
okay.
fragrance oils have other stuff in. Essential oils, it should say pure. If you're buying from a company, it should have a number. It'll have a number. It will have 100%
batch
pure
number.
essential oil. It'll like a batch number and just the information that you need, and it will say on the back as well. So
Perfect.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I really can't thank you enough for coming and talking to us about this again.
Oh, well, you're
and
welcome.
I think maybe once or twice a year we're going to,
Yep.
for the season, ask you to keep joining us if that's okay, because I do know a lot of people get
Yep.
information from this, so I think it's a great thing. I think this is pretty phenomenal. I don't know if I'd have it in me to be piddly and try to hit that little opening.
I'll tell you what. I have this tiny, tiny little funnel that's about this big, and the hole in the bottom is like this big.
That big.
So that goes
Okay.
in here, and you just drop
So that
it.
makes a little more sense to me, but how convenient is that,
Yes.
just to be able to pop it in your purse and go, or even in
Yep.
your back pocket and go.
Yep. Yep.
But I better wrap us up,
All right.
and I can't thank you enough, Lou,
No,
for
you're
being
welcome.
here again. And I love you, my girl.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you again for being here, and we shall see you soon.